Picture this. You're watching your absolute favorite team. It's, the 94th minute, a beautiful through ball gets played, the striker slots it perfectly past the goalkeeper, and the stadium just absolutely erupts. You're jumping up and down in your living room celebrating this massive last-minute winner. But then, the dreaded halt. The referee puts a finger to their ear. The celebration dies down, and it's suddenly replaced by that agonizing, tension-filled wait for a VAR check. We've all been there, right? And for years, those offside checks felt like they literally took an eternity. But starting at the 2022 World Cup and evolving even further as we head toward 2026, football actually entered a brand new era. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are diving deep into semi-automated offside technology, or SAOT. We're going to uncover the incredibly high-tech system that's making offside calls faster, fairer, and honestly, pretty mind-blowing.
So, let's dive into this by first tackling the core problem. Why exactly did those frustrating delays happen in the first place? To really appreciate this massive leap forward, we kind of have to look back at the mechanics of the original video assistant referee system.
Section 1. The problem with old VAR. Before this new tech rolled out, VAR officials had this completely monumental manual task. To determine an offside, they had to sit there and scrub through video frames one by one to find the exact kick point, meaning that precise microsecond the ball left a teammate's foot. Then, they had to manually draw digital lines across the pitch on their screens just to see if a defending player's toe or maybe an attacking player's shoulder was offside. Now, just compare that manual, tedious line drawing to the lightning speed of live play. Football moves incredibly fast. Trying to manually freeze frame and physically trace lines while literally millions of fans wait, it was complex, extremely time-consuming, and left a lot of room for human error when trying to pick that exact perfect frame.
And the delays weren't just annoying for us fans sitting at home, they actually created physical dangers out on the pitch. When VAR was first introduced, assistant referees were told to delay raising their flags during potential goal-scoring moves. The logic made sense at the time: don't stop the play just in case the attacker is actually onside. But letting play continue for a long time, sometimes for 30 seconds of intense, full-speed sprinting and tackling, when the play was actually offside the entire time, that meant players were burning energy for absolutely nothing. This unnecessary player fatigue directly increased the risk of completely avoidable injuries. So the sport urgently needed a way to get objective information, and they needed it delivered in real time.
Section 2. The instant blueprint analogy. The answer to all of this is semi-automated offside technology, or SAOT for short. Now, the formal definition here is absolutely crucial. Read that first part carefully. It is a support tool. FIFA makes it very, very clear that this is designed to help the video assistant referees make faster, more reproducible, and more accurate decisions. It's not some robotic referee totally taking over the game. It is a highly advanced assistant meant to support the human officials. This analogy gives us a great way to wrap our heads around the difference. Think of it like this. The old VAR system was basically like asking an architect to meticulously draw a floor plan entirely by hand while running alongside a sprint race, just slow, frantic, and chaotic. SAOT, on the other hand, is like having a state-of-the-art digital 3D scanner that instantly snaps a perfect, flawless blueprint of the entire stadium 50 times every single second. It doesn't guess where the players are. It mathematically calculates their exact coordinates. Section 3. 4 layers of SAOT tech. Okay, so how does it actually pull this off? There are 4 main pillars to this system. First, we have the eyes, which handle the optical tracking. Second, the skeletons, which detect body points. Third, the pulse, which is the connected ball technology. And finally, the brain, the artificial intelligence that brings the whole shebang together. Let's look at the incredible numbers behind each of these layers. 16. That is the number of dedicated cameras mounted way up high in the stadium roof. These are the eyes of the system. They are specifically placed up there to track the ball and every single player on the pitch, entirely independent of the main broadcast cameras you see on TV. And they are capturing all of this positional data 50 times every second. 29. This is the skeletons layer, and it's fascinating. The system isn't just tracking a blurry blob that represents a player. It tracks 29 specific data points on every single player's body. We're talking limbs, shoulders, feet. Basically, according to Law 11 of the laws of the game, any part of the body that can legally score a goal. Actually, fun fact from FIFA's rulebook, Hair is not considered part of the body for offsides unless it somehow affects the trajectory of the ball, like if a player has a massive top knot. But otherwise, the system is dynamically mapping 29 legal body parts 50 times a second for all 22 players on the field. That is a massive amount of data. 500. This is the pulse. Inside the official match ball itself is an inertial measurement unit, or an IMU sensor. This sensor sends data straight to the video operation room an astonishing 500 times per second. Why so fast? Well, in a really tight offside call, knowing the exact precise microsecond a boot makes contact with the ball is literally everything. The sensor automatically detects that exact kick point, completely eliminating the old human guesswork of manually scrubbing through video frames. And finally, we have the brain. The artificial intelligence takes the limb tracking data from those roof cameras and combines it with the exact kick point data from that ball sensor. When an attacking player receives the ball in an offside position, the AI instantly creates an automated alert for the VAR room. The VAR quickly validates the AI's automatically drawn line, informs the referee, and then, honestly, this is the coolest part for the fans, those exact same data points are immediately used to generate a highly accurate, broadcast-ready 3D animation. This animation perfectly details the exact positions of the player's limbs, putting an end to all the pub debates by showing the crowd exactly where the offside line was. Section 4. Advanced Audio and Subjective Calls. So, with all this tech, is the referee actually still in charge out there? Well, advanced SAOT speeds up the game even further by sending an automated audio alert directly into the earpieces of the on-field match officials for clear offside situations. Originally, the VAR had to manually validate the computer's alert and then talk to the referee. But advanced SAOT cuts out the middleman entirely for clear-cut positional offsides. This means play can be stopped the moment a clear offside occurs, virtually eliminating those really dangerous delayed flag scenarios we talked about earlier. But to fully answer the question of whether the referee is still the boss, we have to look at this comparison: binary offside versus subjective interference. You see, the offside rule actually has two distinct parts. The first part is binary. Was the player physically beyond the second last defender when the ball was played? It's a simple yes or no. That is cold, hard math, and the AI handles it perfectly. But the second part is highly subjective. Did that offside player actually interfere with an opponent? Did they block the goalkeeper's line of sight? Did they make a movement that distracted the defense? The technology stays completely out of that. That requires human judgment, meaning the on-field referee absolutely remains the ultimate decision-maker for the nuances and context of the game. Section 5. The Final Verdict. So, there you have it. The future of football offsides is officially here. The core logic for this whole system was developed by the FIFA Football Technology Center alongside Hawkeye Innovations, which is a UK-founded tech company now owned by Sony, famous for bringing this kind of incredible tracking expertise from tennis straight to the football pitch. This system successfully eradicates that tedious manual line drawing. It protects players by reducing those nasty delayed flag injuries, and most importantly for those of us watching, it delivers faster, incredibly consistent answers based on 3D scans, skeletal tracking, and microscopic ball sensors. And hey, if the system ever were to malfunction, the officials still have the old crosshair and triangulation tools as a backup, but the primary system is a monumental leap forward for the sport. But as with literally any massive technological change to a traditional sport, it leaves us with a lingering question. Does this technology keep the unpredictable, beautifully human soul of football alive by just making it fairer? Or does calculating a player's shoulder position 50 times a second make the beautiful game a little too clinical? What do you think about the balance between technological perfection and the human spirit of the game? I really hope this explainer gives you a crystal clear understanding of exactly how SAOT works the next time you see that 3D graphic pop up on your screen. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.